Welcome to Help to Love Mindful Hacks, your trusted, curated source for self-mastery and self-improvement tips to help you become happier and more productive in your truth, to actually become your higher version of self. Here is your host and happiness and productivity specialist, E.L. Brooks.
No moment is bigger than you. If you haven't figured out what this thing called life is all about, I'll tell you. It's not what you think, but it's what you need to accept. It's simple. We make it complicated. Life is about self-actualization. It's about growth. It's about improvement. The only way to guarantee growth is to find discomfort. Wherever we're suffering, wherever there's pain, there's a beautiful opportunity for growth. We gain knowledge from suffering, but on the other end of our suffering is a world that very few people get to experience. You find yourself on the other side of pain. But most people make moments be bigger than them. So they end up giving into the suffering, not being able to push through to the other side. This is how we become average. This is how we start to live a mediocre life. We start to play small. Well, I'm here to tell you, no moment is bigger than you. We're all meant for greatness in our own way. That means challenging ourselves. That means getting comfortable with being uncomfortable. That means getting out of our heads and getting out of our own way. And when we do this, amazing things start to happen. It's a mindset. It's being able to tell yourself, why not me? I can do this. To tell yourself I can compete with any person despite what they look like on paper. I'm simply capable of doing anything. So I'll tell you a quick story about mindset. I was around 30 years old and I used to play basketball with some semi-pro players and siblings of pro athletes. So the competition was pretty tough. Sometimes I would forget my rule when I was playing a well-known semi-pro player because I was making the moment bigger than me. I was looking at them being superior instead of looking at them for what they really are, which is another human. So I was in my head and I was already defeated. One day I was on a team and had to guard a much younger guy who was about 10 years my junior and about 1.5 feet taller than me. My rule that I was referring to has always been, if I can score the same or more than my opponent, then I've done my job, as long as they don't score the winning shot. You can't be that guy. Your man can't hit the game-winning shot. I didn't know this guy, so I went into lockdown mode and I went for it, thinking I could outsmart him. He was definitely younger and more athletic than me. He could actually jump out of the gym, but I would use that to my advantage. I ended up breaking even with him, holding him down to 3 scores and me scoring 3 shots as well. I would later learn that he had just transferred from Ohio State to USC because he wanted to be a film major, but he was a starter with the Ohio State basketball team. Had my mind known this prior to playing him, I might not have viewed him as just a younger player. I may have made that moment bigger than me. I would have been all in my head, but I wasn't this time. I saw him as another human, and in doing so, he pushed me to be my best because I told myself I can compete with this guy. So the takeaway is, push yourself, get out of your head, stop playing small, get comfortable with being uncomfortable, rise to the level of your competition and know that you can compete on levels higher than you're currently setting for yourself. There's a part within all of us that is limitless. We need to remember this. We need to tap back into that. And when we do that, it automatically makes no moment bigger than you. One love. If you liked this video and found it helpful, please share it and make sure you subscribe to the Help to Love channels. Join our Facebook community and remember, accept what is, let go of what was, and have faith in what will be. And most importantly, stay blessed, not stressed. Hashtag 500 to happiness. Hashtag 1 of 1. And remember, honor your gift and your uniqueness. One love.